Carmel Catholic World Language Department, reaching proficiency, that's our commitment. Carmel Catholic World Language Department, creating learners for life, speaking fluent. Miss Mora's got those books on the shelf, dual credit lessons she's made herself. Illinois Teacher of the Year, she's the one. With every lesson, the learning's just begun. Carmel Catholic World Language Department, reaching proficiency, that's our commitment. Carmel Catholic World Language Department, creating learners for life, speaking fluent. Mrs. Young's got culture in every class, shows up early, makes the moments last. Nuestra voz, she leads with pride in her classroom, you're on a cultural ride. Carmel Catholic World Language Department, reaching proficiency, that's our commitment. Carmel Catholic World Language Department, creating learners for life, speaking fluent. Mr. Schwab's got stories, wild and bold, crazy characters that never get old. Comprehensible inputs his game, teaching with a twist, he'll make you say his name. Carmel Catholic World Language Department, reaching proficiency, that's our commitment. Carmel Catholic World Language Department, creating learners for life, speaking fluent. Mr. Marine's stylish, young and cool.
Good morning, Carmel. I'm Merrick Maggio. It's 8:03. Let's get into some current events. A group of national Americans held a demonstration in Madrid to protest U.S. President Donald Trump's administration. Some of the participants spoke with CNN.
What they're trying to buy from you is complacency through hatred, through horror, and it's a foundation of love that we really need in order to fight this authoritarian march that is coming across globally. And I'm quite ashamed to see this coming from my own country.
The United States has always been a rule-making country, and it's become a rule-breaking one. Between Trump and Elon Musk, there are a lot of anti-constitutional actions have been taken. We want to make sure that our voice is heard, because we want to communicate with the Europeans that not all Americans believe in what Trump's doing, and we also want to communicate to Americans that we're in solidarity with them as they struggle against the Trump government.
I think that we are in an historic time that calls for action, because never in our history have we seen such a radical change that is going to so negatively impact the future in our history.
The protest concluded without incident, but the sentiments expressed that day lingered in the air. A reminder that resistance, no matter where it originates, is a powerful force. As the crowd began to disperse, the message was clear. This demonstration was just one part of a larger, ongoing movement that would not be silenced. The Nevada Interscholastic Activities Association is changing its policy regarding women's sports to uphold President Trump's executive order. The NIAA voted to reverse a 2014 policy that allowed transgender students in high schools to play for teams that align with their gender identity.
They want men to play against men and women to play against women. They believe that's the fair thing to do. It's been like that forever. There's no reason to change it today. I mean, you look at people with daughters. They don't want their daughters who have been fighting their entire life competing in a sport to become the best of the best, and then their medal is taken away by a biological man.
The Nevada Interscholastic Activities Association recently voted to reverse a policy that allowed transgender students to compete in high school sports based on their gender identity. This change aligns with an executive order from President Trump, which sought to prevent transgender athletes from participating in sports according to their gender identity. The decision to reverse the previous 2014 policy marks a significant shift in how transgender students will be treated in Nevada high school sports. The reversal has likely sparked a debate about fairness, inclusion, and the rights of transgender individuals, especially in the realm of competitive sports. This move aligns with a broader trend in some states that have enacted laws or policies restricting transgender student athletes' participation based on gender identity, which is part of a national conversation about transgender rights and sports. A Georgia man is back home more than 2 years after being kidnapped by the Taliban in Afghanistan. George Glesman was abducted in 2022 while on vacation in Kabul and held prisoner by the Taliban. He was released last month and landed at the Atlanta airport Tuesday evening. George Glesman, now freed, expresses his emotions to CNN.
After 2 years and 4 months, wrongfully detained by the Taliban, you are back home in Atlanta.
Yes.
At the airport where you worked at
Exactly.
Delta Airlines.
Yes, sir.
What is in your heart at this
Oh
point?
my God, gratitude, unmeasurable gratitude to Delta and the people involved in my release, to my lovely wife, to my co-workers, to Dr. Young. I'm overwhelmed.
After more than 2 years of uncertainty and unimaginable hardship, George Glesman is finally reunited with his family, a testament to his resilience and the strength of those who fought for his freedom. As he steps back onto American soil, his journey serves as a reminder of the ongoing challenges faced by those caught in conflict zones around the world. George's return is a moment of hope, and a long-awaited chapter of his life has come to a close. But for now, he's simply happy to be home. That's all we have for current events. CDN will be right back.
From what my parents say, it helps with point of view a lot. It helps give me a different perspectives on other places like Rome and et cetera, et cetera. So it helps with getting a new train of thought almost. Go for it. It helps. It looks good on your college resume and just resume in general. But it also helps you personally because you get to learn about culture, or just you get to experience different things that you wouldn't usually get to do for normal USA English. So I'd say do it because it helps a lot. How they lived, what they wore, how they survived almost, just and what they believed in as well. So like all the gods, they based their stuff around a lot of Greek mythology. But they also make it their own as well, and it's really interesting.
What's your favorite Roman history tidbit that you would tell people, like, to impress them about your knowledge of Rome?
It's the mythologies. It's usually all about the mythologies. It doesn't matter Norse, Greek, Egyptian. It's all about the mythology. So gods, all of that, the stuff that would have happened.
What's the specific one that you like the most?
I think it's the underworld, especially because Hades with the dead, and how you would believe in that mythology, especially.
Okay, so usually in Latin we work on a combination of translation and grammar. Right now we're working on a little bit of translation of Perseus Rex Malus, which is about Perseus and how he deals with an evil king. How I think Latin will benefit me in the future. So I know everyone says that it's a dead language, but it will really help me with like root words for like medical terminology and stuff. And in addition, I get to know a lot more about history and Roman culture and just a lot more about stuff like that. And Latin is just really interesting to me. So, yeah. Yeah, what I would say, like, any advice that I would take is just go ahead and do it. Like, I was, like, really nervous with all, like, the declensions and the conjugations and stuff, but once, like, you actually put in the work and, like, use the resources that she provides to you, it actually becomes, like, really easy, like a second nature.
Welcome back, Carmel Catholic.
Good
Carmel
morning.
today is
Carmel
back.
today is back.
Yeah.
Great to be with you, Mr. Franklin. And
Good,
we have
yeah,
a
Father Christian.
special guest with us today.
Very special guest. Angel Vargas, Senior.
Yeah, Senior.
So, why we have Angel on the show today? Angel has received, or earned rather, a scholarship called a Posse Scholarship, and it's full ride college.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive thing. 100 students, I think.
Yeah,
around
it's
100
about 100 students get these.
Yeah, maybe explain the process here.
Of course,
or what it is.
So,
yeah.
I mean, Posse is an organization that basically like it matches you up with a scholarship and a school, and you go through like 4 different phases. So you're going through like different like challenges, and they're basically it's all to see like what kind of a leader you are.
Yeah.
And so there's like obviously different types of leaders. Like you can be the quietest one, but you can make the most impact. And so
sounds familiar.
And so basically these different matchups, they kind of match up with that school.
Yeah.
And You basically get a scholarship on just that leadership ride, but it's really difficult to get. But,
yeah, absolutely. It's really difficult to get.
It's very prestigious, and I like what you said too, how they intentionally look at the diversity of gifts and talents in leadership.
Yeah.
And it's because everybody has unique gifts and talents, and everybody's different, and that's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
They recognize that, and they do their best to see that, to call that out of you, and then to make sure you have a nice home, a school that will be a good home and good fit for the person.
And speaking of the good home, so what college are you going to go to? And maybe tell us a little bit about the college and then what you're going to major in and stuff like that.
So the school I'm going to be going to is in New York, and it's called Hobart and William Smith Colleges. It's going to be on the border, on Geneva side. It's very exciting. And what's that second question?
So what are you going to major in?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So I'll be majoring in business, more specifically marketing.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
And this is near Lake Erie.
Yeah.
So
not Lake Michigan.
Not Lake Michigan.
Not at all.
But you get another home. You get another Holmes Lake.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And a nice winter.
And a nice, nice is the word.
Before the show, we were talking with Angel, and Angel said, but they told him not as cold as Chicago's winter. So.
Yeah. So Chicago's winter kind of burns. It's like a burning cold, but over there it's just it'll get very snowy. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, you got a little bit of the lake effect, so that might keep you warm actually, which is kind of strange, but very snowy. But so I mean, you've been a leader here. Obviously, you were a leader on Kairos. That was an amazing trip for you, I'm sure. And I got to see that firsthand. Yeah, but tell us a little about you. Just led the sophomore retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what can you tell the sophomores that were in your small group? I mean, look at you. Look at your small group leader now.
That's it. So basically, I mean, I would say it was definitely an experience.
Yeah.
It was very exciting. I was nervous because me, senior-wise, I didn't do this my sophomore year.
Yeah.
So I was I didn't know what to expect, and we were kind of confused towards the beginning.
Yeah.
But then once we got the hang of it, it was exciting. It was a new experience, and I feel like we brought more people together slowly but surely.
Yeah.
So it made the impact.
Cool.
You did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Maybe,
yeah, go ahead.
Angel, can you, as Mr. Franklin's point, can you share some advice to the entire student community, as they're pursuing their dreams, their goals, their aspirations, and certainly the upperclassmen as they're thinking about colleges? What advice would you give our students?
I think my only real advice is jump at every opportunity you can. I honestly, with the whole posse scholarship, I didn't think I was gonna get it. First interview in, I probably went in there not thinking I was gonna go any further than that first interview.
Yeah.
And the thought of not doing it, it was very high.
Yeah.
But I ended up doing it, taking a shot, and then I ended up getting it. So I feel like jump at every opportunity and just try your best at everything. I think that's my only real advice I could give.
That's awesome.
Amen.
I think we're gonna end on that.
Thanks.
Well, I mean, on behalf of all the staff,
Yeah.
Father Christian, myself, we're incredibly proud of what you've done, not only here at Carmel, but what you're going to do in the future and how you've gotten this scholarship. So congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well done.
And Carmel News will be right back.
Aut viam inveniam aut fauciam.
Either I will find a way or I will make it.
Amor omnia vincit.
Love conquers everything.
Carmel Catholic World Language Department, reaching proficiency, that's our commitment. Carmel Catholic World Language Department, creating learners for life, speaking fluent. Miss Mora's got those books on the shelf, dual credit lesson she's made herself. Illinois Teacher of the Year, she's the one. With every lesson, the learning's just begun. Carmel Catholic World Language Department, reaching proficiency, that's our commitment. Carmel Catholic World Language Department, creating learners for life, speaking fluent. Mrs. Young's got culture in every class, shows up early, makes the moments last. Nuestra voz, she leads with pride in her classroom. You're on a cultural ride. Carmel Catholic World Language.
Welcome back. I'm Gabby Malley with announcements. March Madness update for all the advisories that are still participating. In the men's tournament, this is the first time since 2008 when all 4 teams in the Final Four are in number 1 seeds. It's also only the second time in history that this has happened. Advisory 803 is in first place now, and they have University of Houston going all the way. On the women's side, Advisory 205 is in first place with South Carolina as their winning pick. Final winners will be announced next week after the tournaments conclude. In terms of World Language Week, today is Latin Day, so I hope you're wearing your purple polo. Tomorrow, you can wear an out-of-uniform top that represents a country and uniform bottoms. There will be a meeting for all those interested in wrestling this year in room 105 at 3:15 today. They will discuss the weightlifting schedule and open mats. Please bring any uniforms, headgear, and warm-ups. Lastly yesterday, Carmel student and CDN's own Merrick Maggio was on WGN modeling a jumpsuit from local Evanston designer Lean Gondogdu from Givenchy. That's all we have for today. I'm Gabby Malley. Have a triumphant Thursday, Carmel.
Carmel Catholic World Language Department, reaching proficiency, that's our commitment. Carmel Catholic World Language Department, creating learners for life, speaking fluent. Miss Mora's got those books on the shelf, dual credit lessons she's made herself. Illinois Teacher of the Year, she's the one. With every lesson, the learning's just begun.